name is Jason Kellar. I'm a paramedic with Adams County Fire Rescue in the North Denver area. I'm doing this video because my brother Lance mentioned or wanted to bring up, a discussion topic about what is going on and things that we can do. And I have 2 points that I really want to talk about. So I guess a lot of people are trying to process through this in all sorts of different ways. Some are good, some are bad. And I guess over the last 2 weeks, I've been kind of bouncing back and forth what are good ways to process this and what are bad ways to process this. And I guess I just have 2 things that I want to kind of talk about that has helped me or is currently helping me. So the first is about 2 weeks ago, I started researching if this is a true threat or not. It was kind of just, in China and in Europe and wasn't really a part of the United States. So started researching a lot and found out it's a very, very serious threat. Unfortunately, that kind of snowballed. And I started reading every single article I could find, trying to keep it as credible as possible without getting down the rabbit hole of, conspiracy theories or anything else. When I was trying to become as educated as possible, I started getting so involved, so deep, that it started affecting my mental health. I just started noticing that I was really kind of starting to get depressed about the whole thing because the whole thing is depressing. I mean, that's objectively true. I've been, keeping track of all the numbers of cases and deaths across the world, and I've kind of learned when different countries will update. And Italy updates at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for us here in Colorado. And I was waiting for it, and the number popped up yesterday a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. I thought they were kind of on a plateau, and they're apparently still rising. But my first initial reaction was like, oh, wow, like kind of impressed, like I was watching a stock market. And after realizing that my reaction was not like a human reaction, it was more like I was watching these numbers that are inanimate and not, human lives. And I just felt really, really sad that I reacted that way. So kind of took a step back, talked to my wife, and realized that was just not healthy for me. So I've really decided that the best thing that people can do right now is mentally process this in an appropriate way. Being a paramedic, I truly haven't been affected yet. Living here in Colorado, the wave hasn't hit. We don't know how big that wave is going to get, but I still want to be informed to kind of be mentally prepared for it. I want to be informed, but I don't want it to, take away all of my happiness. So I've had to make changes. I've had to only look at my phone a couple of times a day as far as looking at what's going on. And I'm still working on it. I'm not great at it. I still think about it in the back of my head, and I have to pull myself away from it. And it's hard. So my message for people on that is to make sure that however you're dealing with it, deal with it in a healthy way. I guess the second thing that I was thinking about, and it's going to echo what you've talked about, Lance, is that this is a warning shot from the world or from planet Earth. I mean, we are not in control of the world. Like it's in control of us. I mean, there's a scene in The Matrix where the bad guy, Mr. Smith, he's talking about, the definition of a virus. A virus is something that infiltrates an organism, infiltrates their cells, replicates, killing off everything in that organism until there's no organism left. And he's like, that's the definition of a virus, and that's what the humans are doing. So, I mean, when you think about it, it's really the opposite way around. That COVID-19 isn't the virus, it's the immune system of Earth, and we're unfortunately the virus. So I think it's a very, very minor warning shot when you look at it. You look at a disease that can kill 1% of the people it infects, and this is what it's doing to our world. We need to change everything that we do after this, and that's really gonna depend on what we do from here on. If we go back to our ways, it obviously wasn't working. I mean, Earth has so many things up its sleeve. A virus is one of them. We need to seriously look at what we are doing as humans and realize that we are all here together. To finish this off, is that this pandemic is not the end for us. Look at some of the studies that have been going on in China. I mean, people after a couple weeks of quarantine, when all the manufacturers were shut down and everything, there was blue skies. People over there in those large cities don't get to see that. There's so much smog, there's so much pollution. But just after a couple weeks, the sky started clearing up. I mean, the pollution went down just in that short amount of time. And I think that if we recognize that and we learn how to change with everything that we've been doing, we can rebound. I mean, if you think of it, Earth is like a rubber band. I mean, it can stretch for so long, and it can rebound pretty quickly until a certain point. And I think that Earth is giving us, you know, a sign that this is about as far as we can go. And if you don't change, we'll change it for you, and that's it. So I think that this is a good time to really look at what's happening, and I think it is reversible. I think we can do this. So.
Nice, man. Thanks for sharing.
Sorry if I'm a distraction.
I appreciate your insight and taking the time to think through some stuff that we can do to help each other. Can we get a shot of Susan?
Of course, yeah. She's